Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a saving a disaster situation, playing as the Ancestral Throng. He wants to send this army down to Ulthuan to invade it, but these two armies here are getting in the way. And if he just does nothing, they come over here and besiege a settlement and just causes more kinds of problems. So, I'm going to read out the email firstly and explain how basically his thoughts are wrong and how we should do things differently. That'll be a way more cost-effective way of handling this. So he says, "Hi Legend of Total War, I'm playing as the Ancestral Throng and I'm at war with Count Noctilus. I'm wanting to send the Slayer army to Ulthuan to start fighting Noctilus there, but they've just sent two armies up here and over the end turn they will besiege the settlement. I'm not sure which is the best way to tackle this, but I have some grudge settlers and all of the regiments of renown available for recruiting. And what I think, most importantly, I've got enough grudges settled to confederate Malachi McCason and recruit him this turn, which I think could be the key to winning this, while preserving enough of the army to be able to start fighting at Ulthuan." Okay, so we're not going to be doing any of that. If we recruit Malachi McCason, we're going to have too much balance of power here, and they're going to walk away. We don't want that, because I reckon it's right on a knife's edge here at the moment. Your army is pretty good, but obviously if we come out on the water, we don't get the garrison. The AI is going to take both of those into consideration, and if we recruit any grudge settlers or whatever, they're probably not going to launch the attack. So we want them to launch the attack, but we just don't want them to besiege the settlement, so we need to make a different adjustment. I will confederate Malachi though, but just don't recruit him this turn. So just recruit him another turn, I guess. But that way he's in your recruit pool, ready to go. Because yeah, if we have him, he brings in the spirit of Grugny. There's no way that we're going to be able to fight them. They're going to just run off. So here's what we want to do. We want to get them to attack us, but I don't want it to be a siege. Because if it's a siege, that's just not ideal. I really hate sieges in this game. And it gives us an auto-resolve boost, and the AI will take that into consideration, makes them sort of overestimate us in a way. So I ideally want a field battle. So the best way to go about that is to actually stand out here and go into ambush stance. Because that way, they can only get one army here at a time. But if we go into ambush stance, right, like this, even if the ambush fails, then it'll still intercept them, and they'll have to fight for just one army. Now, the thing is, I want to get rid of both of them, both of these armies. Now, if we ambush one of these armies and obliterate them, then they're definitely not going to launch the attack with the other one. So I need to do a little bit of this here. What we want to do, just okay. I want to recruit a lord, this one of Grugny, and have him recruiting some slayers there. Also, I reckon you'll need a runesmith in this army here. If you want to have a siege attacker, you can use a runesmith for ancient actions, or you want to get an artillery piece. It's up to you. So we'll just grab this one here. We won't be able to attach this turn, but that's all we need to do with that. We do not need to hire regiments of renown or anything like that. Okay, and this will be available for your next turn to be added into here. Now, because this is recruiting, it'll give them a bit more incentive to go ahead and launch the attack. Now, okay. Here's the thing. There are two rolls that happen in regard to ambushes. There's the ambush success chance, which is 40%, but then there's the ambush detection chance, which I've gone over a fair few times before. Characters have a chance of detecting ambushes on the beginning of their turn, depending on how many characters they've got, what terrain you're ambushing from, and also their proximity. So the closer they get, the higher the chance of them detecting your ambush. So there's no one on the land here that's close enough to be able to detect us. And characters out at sea have no ability whatsoever to detect ambushes. So there is no chance whatsoever of this getting detected. So one way or another, we're either going to ambush them or it's going to be a field battle, as in they'll discover us. So that will prevent a siege for one of them, and then we need to figure out how we're going to get the other army to actually attack us. Because if we obliterate it, like I said, it just won't launch the attack. Everything's on max battle difficulty. Let's jump in and see what we can do. Because yeah, if it just runs off, it doesn't really solve the situation, because then when we're sailing out at sea, then they might team up with another one of their armies while we're doing that. Okay, so we got discovered. That's fine. Now, if you have a look over here, auto-resolve's not ideal, because we'll suffer too much, lose that unit. Okay, so we'll fight the battle manually, but we want to suffer lots of damage in the battle, so I'll actually basically sacrifice the entirety of the garrison, because I reckon we could use the heroes pretty much to win the battle on their own. I think all of them except for the main lord has got an Iron Warden tankard on him. I didn't want to shift around any of the equipment because I didn't want to get any stronger. Because if we get too strong, they won't launch the attack. Okay, so what we want to do here, just have them stand back, bring in the garrison, and get the garrison utterly fucked up. I know it seems really stupid to do this, but if we want to entice the other army to land, that army's got to be very badly damaged. Because if we had auto-resolved it, we weren't going to take much damage at all. Seems really stupid, but if we want to get a total victory, that's what we've got to do. I know it seems very silly. Alright, so take all of these, because just garrison, they're not coming with us anyway, that's why we want to prioritize their lives. So I want to do really, really badly with this section here. I know it seems counterintuitive to like use your forces badly. Because yeah, if we had ambushed them, what I would have done is just not annihilate them, because they probably would have tried to leave the battlefield. Because the bounce power's not in their favor. Just try to kill the enemy lord, essentially. But since they're standing and fighting here, they will lose. So I want to do a really, really bad job. Because yeah, the goal here is not to get a decisive victory or a heroic victory or anything like that. The goal is for this army here to be in good shape to go to Ulf 1, and for both of these enemy armies to be fucking gone. That's what we want. And if we need to do some stupid shit in order to do that, then that's what we gotta do. Okay, bounce power is too good. We need to be suffering more damage. That's it. Just keep shooting me with the carronades there. That's it. Let that happen. Okay, go for the animated hulks. Actually, try to kill the enemy lord. Because I reckon that guy might be a bit of trouble for them, just a bit. That's it. Keep taking more damage. Actually, having this guy here being really badly damaged as well would be good. I know it seems so stupid fighting this way. It's so counterintuitive, but there's a reason for it. Like, normally you'd think, get rid of the carronade. But no, I want this to get friggin' obliterated. I want them to there to be, like, next to no garrison left. Alright, let's start bringing them in now. See, bounce power's fine. Despite fighting this in the dumbest way possible, we're still gaining bounce power on them. Okay, let's send the heroes in. This guy here doesn't have an Iron Warden tankard, so maybe just be a little bit careful with him. Go after that Lord. Be a good idea. I want this guy here to be suffering some damage as well. I've got Scepter of Stone, put that down. So I guarantee we've suffered way more damage than what auto-resolve would have yielded, but we've suffered damage in a inconsequential area. That's what's really important here.
I am strong.
It's not going to affect his plans
I will do it.
in a negative way.
Going that way. My axe is sharp.
Alright, just try to keep them away, because I don't want them taking damage.
Kazakan, Kazakit, ha! Lord of Clan Morgrip. Agreed. Advancing.
Also, another silver lining to this is that if we fight 2 battles instead of 1, you got more opportunities to gain more items. But another thing is that sieges are actually easier the smaller the enemy army that comes at you. So if we wipe out one army, and the bouncer power basically is just identical as what it was before, but they're launching the attack on the city now with one army instead of two. The siege actually becomes significantly easier. Like, wars really start to become more and more useless the bigger the enemy army that you have to deal with. And because they're sending 2 full stacks against you, that's quite large, compared to 1 now. Some of these units of theirs will revive a little bit.
Yes.
Don't kill any of my slayers. They're gonna kill a slayer. Maybe not. Alright, still haven't inflicted the army losses yet. Probably because so much of the garrison got wiped out. That's fine. Ah, I lost 1 slayer. Keep them out of this. And there we go, we army lost them. Cool. Close victory. It was a decisive victory in auto resolve, and I got a close victory, so I did way worse than auto resolve. But that was what I intended. Now, I don't think any of the garrison units got wiped out, because it looked like they were leaving it at like 15 units a piece. So that's actually good. Having really damaged units coming in as reinforcements lowers our balance of power. That's what we want to do. We want to trick the AI into making an attack that they fucking can't win, but they think they can win. And that's the opposite situation with the dwarves usually. The AI goes, oh, I'm not sure if I could win, but get auto-resolve boost. Yeah, really badly damaged garrison. Barely damage on that. I won't take the replenishment because as things stand right now, I think there's a really good chance that they'll attack with the other army, but if I do this, I don't think they will.
That'll do.
Yeah. Okay. Success. So now, let's see. And it's still a close victory in auto-resolve. No units there will get wiped out. But we'll fight it manually because we don't want these slayers getting hurt. We need them for the expedition that's coming. Now, the thing is, we've got reinforcements to come in. And we don't have much inside the settlement to begin with. We'll be fine. Like I said, it's really, really friggin' stupid, but if our garrison had been any stronger, they wouldn't have launched the attack. Like, it was a close victory in auto-resolve and they still made the attack. I'm actually surprised they did that. I'm surprised they didn't attack the army standing outside the settlement, because you always get an auto-resolve boost whenever you attack a, whenever it's a walled city siege. Okay, so we don't have much in here to begin with, and our reinforcements are coming from there, but I could move the marker over to here, but they'll come in 6 minutes. Luckily, their army moves pretty slow, so they'll definitely come in with that amount of time. So all I need these ones here to do is just slow the enemy down as much as we possibly can. Alright, just be careful about where their bats are coming in from.
For the ancestor gods.
Because they'll take out the these guys here really quickly. We want to make sure that we've got units on both sides of the walls. Oh, sorry, on all sides of the walls. The reason for this is so they shoot up at us. It slows them down. Because they're really bad at shooting up at the walls, these units. But yeah, I don't expect to be able to hold them at the walls. I just want to buy some time. While also having these towers hurt them. So we actually want to do a good job in this battle. I want to make that perfectly clear. We want to do a good job this time. Leave a couple of them there. So you stay by here for now, but I'll move you back this way. I'll build obstructions as needed. Because yeah, if I bring them in from this location, I'm worried that they'll be inside the settlement and on their way over here before I can stop them. Whereas if I come in from over here, I mean, yeah, it'll take us a little while to get in. But this is the only point that actually matters. And they won't take us out from there. So what I reckon we should do is start building our defenses from here outwards so that we're really strong in this location. So building blockers over here could be quite handy. But I want to get the explosive tower built first. Because we're not going to get army lost on these guys. Okay, so I was a bit worried that the bats were going to do that. But this is good. They're essentially wasting a lot of ammunition with this. And also, putting like really damaged units up on the walls is quite valuable for the towers, because you only need one troop in order to activate the tower. But if you put a high value unit up on the wall, it's not a great place to fight normally. If it was a full strength unit, which we don't have. Alright, so they're overrunning us here pretty quickly. If I move my marker over here right now, I can bring my forces in pretty much now, but again, I need them to come in from here. Because, yeah, I reckon their army is going to mostly just ignore our main force and just try to go in and like, and capture all the points. Again, fucking walled sieges. I wanted to try to prevent it, but I can only do one ambush at a time. Good, yeah, they're just really bogged down at the gates here. That's what we want to see. Put blockers here to really slow them down as much as we possibly can.
To battle! Runes of power!
Alright, still need another 2 minutes. No, 3 minutes. That's okay, the battle's not going to be over by then.
I will do it.
Actually, shit.
With haste,
They could potentially
like a shot. Fast
rout
now.
our lord here. So best maybe get him out of the way.
I am ready. Seeking revenge. Go! Sir! In short order.
Alright, they're starting to come in from over here. Alright, well, we're going to need a blocker there. That should slow them down. I mean, they could go around it, but usually they try to go through. Don't build anything there. 2 minutes. Yeah, they're definitely not going to win the battle in that amount of time. That's fine. Come on, hurry up. Yep, they're coming. Alright, here we go. And the bounce power should be in our favor with them coming in. Just leave the Slayers here, but keep the ones that are particularly damaged back this way. Yeah, that wasn't that bad damaged. Just hold them here, because like I said, we want to be in good shape. Okay, need to get over there and help him out. Alright, we'll see about trying to hold on to this position and get a cannon tower built there. Yeah, build a blocker, let them in, but then no one else.
Doom chaser. Iron weld. God. I.
So our guys here, they're done a little bit. So just keep them delayed. That way, our heroes are just fighting a little bit at a time, which is very much manageable.
Give me vengeance. Fine. At once. Shifty.
So we've also got the Scepter of Stone. But, you know, wait for an actual good blob of them to use it on.
My axe bursts. Quickly now.
Alright, let's slow him down a bit. Alright. That seems fine.
Charge.
Good, cannon tower is operational there. Bounce powers in our favor. Good. Get down there. Alright, we've got 2 uses of this Scepter of Stone, so this looks alright.
It's not that hard.
Actually, it would be really good to do it on the Siren, but that's fine. Just get rid of all of those infantry so you can go over there and kill that Lord quite easily.
I am strong.
Rune of Oath and Steel is rubbish. Focus on using Rune of Speed, much better.
Drengi.
Okay, we've got some units coming up this way. They're going to be completely unable to capture this point because they haven't captured this one over here yet.
Demon Slayer.
So I told them to attack it, but then they all just backed off. Bounce power for us looks good.
Battle ready. No faffing about.
Yeah, that's it. Use your ammunition and try to get rid of the blocker. Great idea. We just switch this last second before he destroys it. It lets him through, but then nobody else comes through that way.
Demon Slayer. I'll take you off. Going full tilt. Ah! Contract! Fate cursed! Dowie!
Good.
Slayer!
Come on, get rid of him. It
To
would
the
be very good
dead,
if they did that.
champion!
That's how it looks good. Not seeing any issues here. Our guys are in good shape. Oh, right. I was wondering how this guy was healing. By our blood. That's how he's doing it.
Back to back!
Oh, sorry, Blood Oath, not by our blood. It's the
Demon
kiss the
Slayer!
butt by ability.
Drengi!
I'm surprised the Slayers are taking so long to kill this piece of shit hero.
Demon Slayer!
I don't know.
Dowie!
Alright, good.
Fate cursed!
Oh, shit. Okay, hang on, watch out.
God!
Don't want this guy here dying.
Shifty! Faster! At once!
They could have just gone around the first place. What? You need the barricade.
Doom Chaser! Let's!
Yeah, and these siege maps are so badly designed. It's like, what's the point of putting a blocker there but not over here?
Drengi!
Because at least over here we can block both the pathways. It's just very, very silly.
Moving out! Quickly now! Dowie!
Alright, the army losses should be soon. Just make sure this guy here doesn't die.
Advance! It'll get done! Fate
Alright,
cursed!
send, let's send these two back over this way to go deal with those zombie pirate gunnery mobs.
On my way!
Could send a couple of Slayers over here, that should be fine.
Gridlock!
Just want to make sure we're not taking too much damage, so that we're in good shape beginning of next turn.
Strike the runes! Good Ricky! Forward!
Maybe this guy can get some by our blood. By our blood. Blood Oath.
Fine! Yes! Ready!
And there we go. So both armies dealt with, not a single... No, one casualty done on the main army. Just one. Because of the previous battle, not in this one. But legend, the poor settlement garrison. Who cares? It's good not bringing them with us. It doesn't matter. Oh my god, I'd hate to be a settlement garrison in Legends army. Yeah, you would, because I wouldn't care about you. There we go. Pristine condition. This guy's recruiting some additional slayers for you. That one's completely wiped out. There's a few remnants there. That shouldn't be a big deal for you. We can take replenishment. That way this one here can maybe get a bit out of it. But I think it'll be almost at full strength next turn. And they won't be able to make another attack because landing uses up all their movement. Okay. So yeah, you should be in the clear to head down to Ulth 1 now. And I've got a few extra slayers there for you. You've got Malachi in reserve. What I'd recommend with Malachi is recruit him when you get to Ulth 1, not before. Although he'll have Siege Attacker. You can't switch out your Lord for Malachi though. He has to be recruited from a settlement. Plus there's still this. They could wander around and potentially pick up some more units to go look for an undefended settlement. So definitely important to go wipe it out now. It's just that if we send this one to go do it, then they'll have less movement. Let's see, you've got 150 for that one, 130 for that. Because Gottschalk's providing extra movement, right? I see.
My anger burns bright.
If I transfer, hang on. If I do this, get them to 135. Okay. These units here will slow them down slightly. So what we want to do is get them on the way first. Basically use up some movement. To there.
Something over there.
Yeah, use up a tiny amount of movement. Then transfer them. Then
not this time.
the big question here is whether or not this guy is going to be able to beat them by himself. If we give him good enough equipment, he should be able to. Just bear with me here. No, don't need the Rune of Spite. Not for such a small army. So what have we got? We got the Rune of Iron and Rune of Luck. Then take Master Rune of Gromrule. What do you got for weapons? Because yeah, all this stuff will help us out in the Auto Resolve as well. Brass Cleaver could be good. And then basic armor. Scintillating Shield, that's pretty good. Okay. So we've got that one there as well. But let's just see if this alone is enough.
To battle!
No, it's not. Because he's not at full strength.
Vengeful Runelord. Agreed. I've cast the runes. If he wants it done right.
I may need to attach this one into the army here in order to do that. And that dude will just have to catch up later.
Aye, it is time.
And then give him some stuff. The other Talisman of Preservation, yep. And there's plenty of Iron Warden tankards. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if that's enough now. Ugh. Okay, if I fight it manually, what kind of wizard are we looking at here? Depth wizard. 45-65 melee attack. What's the likelihood of us being able to beat him in melee? Is he anti-infantry? No, he's anti-large. He's armor-piercing, though. We do have a fair bit of resistance. Because, yeah, I'm not too worried about them. We do also have Rune of Wrath and Ruin. Taking them out is going to be fairly easy. Yeah, okay, we'll have to do this. Now, the reason why we're not using the other army, again, just sends us in the opposite direction. Now, could have hired a Regiment of Renown in order to sort it out, but I just don't think we need to. This is one of those situations where I'm pretty sure we're going to win. It's just that the game doesn't take replenishment items into a huge amount of consideration in these situations, that's all. Now, in a straight up fight against this one, probably not going to win, so let's see here. Best to take out their infantry first with Rune of Wrath and Ruin. But it looks like he's going to come into melee, because yeah, he's a melee fighter. We need extra melee attack. We've got Rune of Speed. Now, barrier's coming in handy for sure. Alright, let's use Rune of Wrath and Ruin again. Just wasn't sure if I should use that or Rune of Speed, but I think Rune of Wrath and Ruin at the moment is doing a lot of value for us. Move him out. Move you out over this way. Just try to stay at full strength as possible, just because they're somewhat scary and they could rout us. You stay there and keep fighting. Lure this guy away. God, he's going to keep doing damage to us. Okay, you're better off actually just standing and fighting. Bring him back. Okay, well, I've got the Rune of Speed on. Aim for the general. Don't worry about their other infantry. They're not doing very much to us. We need Rune of Wrath and Ruin to sort them out. Now, another thing we've got to consider as well is that this guy here will only get replenishment, regeneration, while... Such harmed attacks. Oh no, it's them. While they've got good leadership. This guy's doing just fine. This one not so much. Alright, I need to really get this guy out of combat. Leave the master one there. Also, would really like to get him out of there. Another Rune of Wrath and Ruin in there, but also need the Rune of Speed. Still got a bit of barrier left. Or either that or he managed to regenerate some of it. Yeah, need to get rid of these goddamn sirens. Okay, another Rune of Wrath and Ruin coming right up. Alright, everything's looking pretty good here. I think we're fine. Because, yeah, we're regenerating faster than they're dishing out. We're doing fine, basically. That's it. Get that Rune of Speed. Just need to knock him down. Their other units here don't matter. Army losses, there we go. Good stuff. Definitely was possible for us to lose that battle. I just had to be careful about how we use the rune magic. Because, yeah, their lord was definitely stronger than our guys. So we just had to make sure that we spread out the damage so that we can get replenishment, regeneration. But yeah, you should be in the clear now. Both of those armies are wiped out, and you should be in the clear to just sail down to Ulthuan and go and have a good time. Enjoy your plundering of the elven shithole. I don't imagine you're going to want to keep that guy here. So this guy, he's not going to be able to attach into the army this turn. So just set sail down over that way. And yeah, that way we use him as a bit of a scout as well. Actually, he got a pretty good bloody distance with that. Alright, and then we can just send this guy on his merry way. Cool. So with this army here, you got 17 units plus this one here. you've also got a bunch of levels up to do. They've got an army over this way, but even if you were in force march right here... Yeah, if you want to be able to launch the attack on them next turn, ideally you want to be sitting right there. That would be ideal. Now the thing is, if you're sitting right in this position here, we can actually do the reverse of what they did to us. They won't be able to send 2 armies against you. They have to send them 1 at a time. So yeah, that would actually be ideal. You don't have a siege attacker on the army, but it's all dependent on whether this guy here is able to use damage walls. You've got a 62% chance, but of course you can just save scum it. So basically, you've got essentially a 100% chance if you really want. I'm not going to make that move, so you can do that if you want. I'll just quick save it there for you. You've got all those levels up to distribute wherever you want. Got more oath gold. You should be fine. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this one. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you learned something. It was a very stupid first battle, which led to a brilliant result out of the second. Sometimes you gotta feign stupidity to get the enemy to underestimate you, basically. Anyways, end this one. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.